What's good, big dog? And today we're covering the top 10 dog trainers on YouTube. If anybody doesn't like it, that's fine. These trainers were selected because of their influence, their ability to turn into finances, their skill, their ability to articulate what and how they're doing what they're doing, ease of access, their frequency of posting, as well as the overall videography of their videos. Now, there's some honorable mentions that are not in this video, and I'll go ahead and shout them out. Shouts out to K9 Swift, a high-level dog trainer. PB K9, another high-level dog trainer. Constant Pressure Kennels. Samurai Kennels. Samurai 601, as well as a bunch of other brothers who I just don't know or haven't found yet. If you're not in this video, continue to do what you're doing on YouTube and you'll get noticed. Somebody will bring it to my attention. Please do not feel slighted. I base these channels based upon who pops up in my timeline and who I follow most consistently. Additionally, for all the channels that were selected, big ups to you. I would love to interview any of you who are available. I'm putting it out there right now. Samurai Kennels, we spread love, admiration for the breed. For those of y'all who are watching to see who's who and what's what, if you're interested in getting into training, these are some great channels that deliver everything from advanced level obedience all the way down to just simply having a healthier dog. Please like, follow, subscribe, and share.
Welcome to the home of Williams' Old Yeller Dogs. I am the Shogun, Andre Williams. Like, follow, and subscribe.
Trainer at the number 10 spot is none other than Simpawtaco Dog Training. I chose Simpawtaco because he has a great following, decent delivery, his visuals are good, but what I like most about Simpawtaco Dog Training was his video on how to become a professional dog trainer. You see, with Simpawtaco, he talks about the CPDT, the Canine Professional Dog Training Association, knowledge assessed training and skills. He even takes you through his foray into becoming a certified dog trainer with one of the most prestigious dog training associations in the world. If you're looking at getting into dog training, I highly recommend you go back and check out some of his old videos. At the number 9 spot, we have Will Atherton. Will Atherton is from the UK. He has a great accent and a healthy outlook on dogs. He tends to lean more to the purely positive dog training. However, he's not opposed to balanced dog training. If you want a different perspective, but also a international perspective, then Will is your guy. I highly encourage you to look at it from his perspective, being that the UK has different dog laws and different requirements than in the US. This channel, I only watch when it pops up. I don't really follow him because our styles of training are not the same, but that doesn't take away from the magnitude and influence that this guy has on the dog training world. I highly encourage you to get out and get active and see for yourself just what you can learn from Mr. Atherton. At the number 8 spot, and probably with the least amount of followers, but the most influence in Canada, is Grassroots Canine. Now, I chose Grassroots K9 because the name caught me, understanding that a grassroots movement means you're starting at the bottom level, local municipality, and getting the people involved. Also, what I liked about Grassroots K9 is that he shows how to turn an American Pit Bull Terrier into a protection dog, utilizing back ties and things that the dogs are already used to. This guy has just started going live and is on the come up. I would hate for you to miss out on a great channel on its early days and help this guy get out there. He does board and trains and specializes in all types of dog sports. I really encourage you once again to check this brother out. As we're moving on to the number 7 spot. Number 7 I've been following for quite some time, and I really liked his delivery and his family involvement. And that is Vanguard K9. Vanguard is run by Vonder Muff, Ulysses Muff, or K9 Kennel Master, Ulysses Muff. Mr. Muff has been doing online dog training for quite some time, as well as he's been involved in the breeding and raising of his line through his dog King Quattro. He specializes in Dutch Shepherds, but also has American Pit Bull Terriers and other breeds that he'll do board and train for a price. Now keep in mind, all of the dog channels on this channel make money off of their ability and skills. So if you think you're gonna get information from these guys for free, I'm not telling you you're mistaken, because they'll talk to you if they like you, but they are a businessman first. At the number 6 spot, and I think he does probably some of the best interviews of other dog trainers, is Mr. Robert Cabral. Mr. Cabral goes live quite often. He has a very, very unbiased opinion on how things work. He calls a spade, and he is all-American. What I do like about Mr. Cabral is that he shows not only his successes, he doesn't just give you a highlight reel of his dog training, but he shows you some of the times where it takes a little bit more time and effort. This is a more realistic expectation of what to expect from dogs, specifically interviewing those who handle military and working dogs. At the number 5 spot, and a very, very influential dog trainer on YouTube, is Zack George. Now, I must say that I personally do not agree with Zack George's purely positive dog training, nor would I purchase his Dog Trainers Revolution book. But if you're a person who wants to train your dogs without all of the shock collars and the corrective collars, Zack George bases his training on bonding and purely positive dog training. It can be effective with the right type of dog, but I don't think it will work for the masses, personally. At the number 4 spot, you have who I like to call the wilderness dog man, and that is Mr. Stoney Dennis. Mr. Dennis raises his dogs and trains them in packs. Everywhere on his channel, you will see dogs in different stages of training, congregating and being socialized. However, I don't believe this will work for the pure American Pit Bull Terrier, simply because the dogs are naturally animal aggressive. However, if anybody can make it work and build a pack, it's Mr. Dennis. I highly encourage you to get out and check out Mr. Dennis's channel. He has some really good videos. I especially liked him just before the burst of COVID back in 2019 and early 2020. Great channel for everybody who's involved. I got to take a pause right here real quick, because there are some other channels that I didn't mention, but I want to bring up. And those channels are the Mink Man. The Mink Man was not actually on my channel listing right here, simply because he does more of the hunting and the outdoorsman slides or training than actual training. I love what the Mink Man does, but he makes his predominant money off of extermination. At the number 3 spot, and would have been the number 1 or 2 spot, only because he doesn't have his own YouTube channel, is the legend, Mr. Michael Ellis. It is my personal opinion that Mr. Michael Ellis is the best dog trainer out there right now. If we're having a GOAT discussion with Andre Williams from Samurai Kennel, and you ask me who I think is the best dog trainer breathing right now, it is Mr. Michael Ellis. Now, earlier I mentioned to y'all that I was going to be pausing here and mentioning some other people. Mr. Ellis and his dog Pie do phenomenal work. I don't want to take away from master dog trainers like Gypsy Stratton or any of these other guys, but simply putting it, Michael Ellis does things that are understandable, that have a science to them that can be replicated. And I just wanted to put that out there. I also brought up Mr. Stratton during Michael's slot because Mr. Stratton trains a different way. He trains in defense where Michael trains more in prey drive, kind of polar opposites. At the number 2 spot, we have none other than Leerburg Online Dog Training. The reason why Leerburg is at number 2 over Michael Ellis is because the only ways you're really going to get Michael Ellis's exposure on YouTube is through Leerburg's videos. They're in a partnership. Now, Leerburg themselves offer online training courses, DVDs, equipment. They are probably one of the best at monetizing dog training, with the exception of the number 1 spot. And at the number 1 spot is the most hated, but who I consider to be the Jay-Z of dog training, and that is Dark Dynasty K9s. Now, while I don't care for how he runs his breeding program, I think that what Mr. Marlon Grennan has done right before our eyes on YouTube is the most dynamic thing that any human being I have seen do in the dog training world. Mr. Grennan has created a reality TV show on Barcroft TV about the life of living with and raising his own bloodline with his wife and kids. It has all the elements of great dog training, great entertainment, family experiences. He cries before you, he laughs with you, he goes live on Facebook and YouTube. He makes probably the most money I've seen anybody with a non-herding type dog make on YouTube, and that is why K9 is number one. Thank you, and this is the 2023 Top Dog Trainers of YouTube.